get this set up properly here. See if anyone pops in for a little morning coffee. Oscillators and percolators, Sunday morning. Big day today. We got week 8, final round of the Kumite, the greatest synthesizer electronic music competition on the face of the earth. First season. I got the first season titled Legends Are Born. I think that's cool. Got some t-shirts made, t-shirts up. I got to do one more t-shirt though that I like, my brother said he would like, is Synth Kumite on the front, and then on the back, Synth Kumite 2024, Legends Are Born on the back. That's the one I'm going to make is like the main one, I think. What's happening in chat? Doing all right on a Sunday morning? Welcome. Yeah, lots of Behringer news this week, so I figured we'd just talk a little bit about Behringer, and then talk a little bit about the Kumite and talk about a synthesizer that I picked up at a yard sale that I think is pretty cool. I should show it later. Maybe I'll show it later on. I got it in the box upstairs now, but yeah, it's a cool one, man. But what's happening? What's happening? Sorry if I just popped the stream up. I had to jack it off because it went dead on me, so I had to re-upload it. What's happening? Top of the morning to you too. Sammy O'Reilly. Sammy O'Reilly's at the pub, so he had a late night last night on the Guinness, so he's not here today. So I'm back regular hosting oscillators and percolators this morning. I thought Sammy O'Reilly did a great job for his first ever live stream. Jeez, he can talk, can't he? Man, oh man. Sammy O'Reilly, legend. He's been all over the world, man. He's been to South Africa, he's been to Scotland, Ireland. He spent some time in Australia. He spent some time in Europe. He spent some time in South America. So he's a mixed bag of everything, man. Sammy O'Reilly. But I hope you guys enjoyed him hosting. He'll be back again, I'm sure. Yeah, I think he went out for some bangers and mash, and he can knock the Guinness back. So he probably had about, knowing him, he probably had about 12 or 13 pints of Guinness yesterday at the pub, I'd say. You know, although he's not a Guinness fan now these days, he likes the forged Irish stout, Conor McGregor's new stout he's got out. So, stream good, sound good, let me know. So yeah, I was just saying before you guys got in here, tonight is the championship round of the Synthesizer Kumite, the greatest electronic music competition on the face of the planet. Global, international affair, and we're going to have the final round tonight, and then 2 weeks later we're going to do the awards show. And I put up some synthesizer t-shirts for the Kumite on the website, and I got one more to make that my brother wanted, which was like the full Kumite logo on the front, then the Kumite 2024 Legends Are Born on the back. So I'm going to do that one some point today because I got to go work for a few hours. Then I got to come back and build a fence around the garden so all the rodents don't eat our lettuce and cabbage. And then I got to finish up my Kumite track, and then and then do the Kumite show. So it's a long day here today. So let's get right into it since we got 7 people here chilling. If anyone else pops in, that's fine. So Behringer had an amazing week this week. They did the Linn drum teaser. They did the MiniPops teaser. And then they did the JT16 teaser. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they did the Elka Synthex teaser, which really, really excites me, the Synthex, because I watched the demo from Rose and Sound, and I'll tell you something right now, that demo was so extraordinary. Yeah, you got to get home, finish the track, Banana Rider. You got to get in tonight, man. I'm looking forward to it tonight, too. I got to get fired up. Maybe I'll even cut my hair tonight, come in super sharp, shave, cut my hair, go back to the future, you know what I mean? Do the old Marty McFly tonight. But yeah, so the Synthex really impressed me. That demo from Rose and Sound, if you didn't see it, go back and watch the video. I'll put the link in the description part. That demo from Rose and Sound was absolutely amazing. The only thing I couldn't figure is if there was external effects on that or not. Sweet. Pentasonic, yeah. Finish it up, man. I always leave mine till almost the last minute, but I do my ideas in my head the whole week, so I think about the track the whole week. and come up with like concepts, and then I usually get in Sunday and it's easy to do then. I find that's when I work the best because I pretty much have the whole concept storyline in my head, and then I can do it pretty good. But yeah, so the Synthex, the Elka Synthex, the Italian synthesizer, 8 voices, envelope per voice. It's got chorus. It's got DCOs, which I think is very cool because that, man, if they're going to do a DCO with analog filters, that's pretty wild. And I also read, if you didn't see in that video, that they're doing, now I might get this abbreviation wrong, FPGA, the FPGA chip, I believe they're putting inside this. I think the Kyra used it, the Waldorf Kyra used this chip, and Behringer's introducing this chip in here. And I had a conversation in the comments with a guy, and we were going back and forth because he was like, I feel like that let me know in the comments if there's a FPGA or FGP. I think it's FPGA, Field Programming Gate, something like that. I can't remember how it is. But anyways, a little chip. We went back and forth in the comments section because he was like, overkill. I was like, well, I feel like they're letting everyone know they're doing this for a reason. They wouldn't just put it in for no reason, right? Why would they do that? So we were going back and forth, and then I kind of like asked him, I was like, well, why do you think they would do something like that? And I'm paraphrasing here now. Go read the comments if you want the full story. But basically what he was saying is, if they can get this chip into Field Programming Gate Array, thank you very much, Panasonic. Field Programming Gate Array, FPGA, Field Programming Gate Array, Field Programming Gate Array. So if they can get that chip in there, the rumors, or what this conversation we had is, then they'll pretty much be able to put any synthesizer in a synthesizer via a firmware upgrade. Now this could be way off. I could be way off on this, he could be way off, but we're going back and forth, and basically what he was saying is, once those chips are nailed down and in place in the synthesizers, sold the 6 and forget it, I shall OB6. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting the TO6 for now too. We'll talk about that in a second. Because Synthpunk might be getting the TEO5, sorry. So with these chips, we were going back and forth, and if they can get these chips integrated into Behringer synthesizers, there's rumors that they can actually then, through a firmware upgrade, put any vintage sounding oscillator DCO into a pre-existing synth. So they can use that chip to constantly reprogram and update the synthesizers with new Is this making any sense? Because like I said, I'm just kind of like going and learning and listening to people in the comment section. I'm a newbie, I'm a synth baby. You guys know this? I'm just super passionate. I'm a synth baby. So a lot of people come in and be like, this guy don't know what he's talking about. This guy, listen man, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just love it. I'm interested in it. And yeah, everyone hates Rollins because it's VST in a box. But this, okay, so hold on. Okay. This is where the bridge between a VST and a box is and what Behringer's trying to do. Now, if we look at an example, because you know Behringer likes to follow Arturia's lead. One synth to rule them all. So Behringer likes to follow Arturia's lead. And Arturia to me is on the cutting edge of synthesizers right now, at the moment, for a big company. Because you know there's lots of small companies out there that they, of course, they're on the cutting edge, man. They're doing really cool stuff. They just don't have the infrastructure to really come out with it. But when it comes to the big companies, Arturia, Yamaha, Roland, Korg, Sequential, Oberheim, Moog, Behringer. All right, I think that's all of them. Let me know. Novation. And you can throw PWM in there, Pittsburgh Modular, but they're not up in the top tier with the big dogs yet. But if you can imagine what they're doing, they're following Arturia's lead with the digital oscillators and the analog filter. Now, if any of you have played a Micro Freak or a Mini Freak, you'll understand the absolute Waldorf, the absolute insanity of sound palette you can create with that type of combination. That's a marriage made in synth heaven is digital oscillators, analog filters. To me, I love hybrids. I think hybrids are the way of the future. Don't get me wrong, I love the old analog synthesizers. I like the sound and all that stuff, I do. But I just find with the digital oscillators and analog filters, sequential's top dog. A lot of people think sequential's top dog, yeah. Sequential, build quality, sound, it's kind of hard to, sequential's up there. They're probably right now, I'm biased, FPG is hardware that can be rewired by firmware so they can change the digital portion of the circuit. Yes. So this is the point. This is the point of the FPGA chip. It's hardware that can be updated via firmware. Okay? So now we're opening something up here, which is, let's call it Uli's box instead of Pandora's box. What's up, Hayes? We're just talking about the maybe you'll have some input, the FPGA chip that Behringer's working on in the Elka Synthex. This is going to give them the ability, if they can have the analog filters, which they got, and then they can do the FPGA chips with other chips, and then now they can, via firmware upgrade, put a whole new digital oscillator system into a pre-existing synthesizer. So when we're talking about VSTs in a box, this is a little bit different, if you ask me, because to be honest with you, I don't consider do you consider the Mini Freak a VST in a box? I don't consider the Mini Freak a VST in a box. Hey man, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to just do some live streams because I feel like the Synth Nation is interacting together in a community. We have a lot of fun, we enjoy ourselves, trying to bring a little less seriousness to the synth community. You know, everything's so serious, rigid, and stiff. I guess if the synthesizer is a firm mattress, or sorry, the synth community is a firm mattress, what's up, Jumpstar? Then Synth Samurai is a waterbed. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I'm the waterbed of synth shows, I guess you would say. And I like to be known as the Netflix of the synth community because I'm trying to bring as many shows as I can. Some will last forever, some will last a season, some will last an episode, some, you know, just like Netflix does. That's what I'm trying to do. But I appreciate the compliment, and a lot of times I don't know if I should keep this going or what I'm doing, but people seem to be enjoying it, and you know, you get this imposter syndrome feeling where, plus you get the trolls coming in trying to cause chaos in your mind. Like a troll came in the other day and he said, man, your music to your synth show is super annoying. I couldn't get through 2 minutes of your show. And by the way, you can't pronounce everything, so you suck. That's basically what he said. And I laugh when I read these comments because I write back I don't think I've not written back to one comment yet in 400 videos. So I think that's a pretty good track record. I've replied to every comment in over 400 videos. That's pretty good. So even the trolls I comment to, unless it's absolutely out of control. But so then I took the music out of one show. What's up? Love the live, connecting. Yeah, thanks, man. I love the live too, because the most funnest part of this show is connecting with you guys. And well, I love all parts of it, but I really enjoy these live streams. And I kind of got it set up now. I got my gimbal, I got my microphone, which I show you guys every time. I'm not being paid by them. The Sarmonic right here, and you see it on my chest. This microphone's got a thing that goes right into the back of your phone, and it's got receivers, 2 receivers, so you can have a 2-man show. I could walk. Let's just test it out. You guys let me know how far the mic goes, all right? Test it out. Let's see the range on this thing. Test. Yeah, so I'll keep talking. So the Synthex with that FPGA chip is something super special. It allows Behringer now to implement digital oscillators with their, that's as far as I'm going to go. Digital oscillators with analog filters, and allows them now. You remember when I told you guys a little while ago about that premonition I had about the Behringer vintage synthesizer? Everyone laughed at me. Could you guys hear that all the way back there? Could you guys hear that back there? Yeah. Dude, this thing is so crazy. It's $149. Not a single dropout, 100, and I think I could go back 50 meters, I think it said. But this thing here, $149. This is a charging case. So I think this case has 16 hours of battery life, and these things have 8. And you can have a 2-man show, 1-man show, and this thing actually charges your stuff too. Dude, it's amazing. And then I bought this DJI gimbal kind of selfie stick thing, which I can walk around with, but I'm not going to do now because I got everything set up. But back to what we're talking about. These are cool. So did you guys check out any of the Kumite t-shirts I made? I got some bangers, man. I whipped out fucking, sorry, excuse my language. I whipped out Tascam DR40. I whipped out 6 t-shirts last night. I want to do one more with the big official Kumite logo in the front. And then on the back, I'm going to do Kumite 2024 in red. It's on one of the other t-shirts. Legends are born, because that's how I'm titling season 1. So I'm trying to follow the UFC model, right? So the UFC model, when they did the Ultimate Fighter, maybe I'll call it the Ultimate. No, maybe I'll do that for a different one. What's up, man? What's happening? What's happening, Staval? 19. I missed that. What's up from the UK? What's up, mate? We had a UK show here the other day with old Sammy O'Reilly. Did you guys like the Sammy O'Reilly show? Anyway, yeah. So that t-shirt is the one that I like the best, and my brother's like, he'd like to have that one, so I'm going to do that one. So anyways, let's get back to Behringer. So they did the Synthex, and they're going to do the FPGA chip in there, which according to the chat I had, and according to Hayes and a couple people in the comments here, yeah, I love Sammy too. According to the couple people in the comments here, yeah, Sammy, listen, man, that accent, Sammy's been all over the world, so he could have, he got a little bit of everything in him, right? Sammy's an eclectic, he's a gypsy, actually, so, you know, gypsies are travelers. I'm a gypsy as well. I'm an intergalactic gypsy, where Sammy is an earthbound gypsy. I'm an intergalactic gypsy. So the Synthex got the FPGA chip. I got to get this topic off my head. The Synthex got the FPGA chip from Behringer. Now you guys remember when I talked about that Behringer Vintage, when they put out the VST, and everyone was like, why are they doing this? It just sounds like an old crap VST. There's no effects, there's no nothing. And then I released the picture, some Scottish in there too. What's up? QWL music, what's happening, man? Then they released a picture of the Behringer Vintage synthesizer, which caught my eye. I went back, got up one morning, I was like, I gotta go look at that picture again, because that looks like a prototype. And now when I'm thinking about it, if they could do something with the big screen, even if they don't do the big screen, but to me the big screen is the most integrative, because then you can change, I think it's genius. Now if they're going with the FPGA chip, which they can actually through firmwares change the oscillators and basically put any synthesizer they want on their anything synth, and then they got the analog filters. Man, this is such a game changer. And I don't know if they're going to keep this one in their back pocket for a while, because I think they want to really get it all out and iron out the works with the beautiful wife there walking across the lawn behind me. Katana, the queen of Samurai Castle. Yeah, so she don't like camera though, so she probably won't be on camera. I think the virus might have been FPGA and the, oh sweet. So the FPGA, and I think the Kyra, the Waldorf Kyra had it. But if I know anything, Behringer's got a team of geniuses back there working on Deluxe Sandwich. Yeah, so Behringer's got a team of people that if they're going to put that FPGA chip in there, they're going to take that chip and they're going to maximize it to the maximum extent, right? Is that a samuraism? They're going to maximize it to the maximum extent, because the possibilities you can do with something like that. Peak Summit, okay, Peak Summit got the FPGA. All right, so listen, look at the Peak Summit. And have the Peak Summit been using the FPGA chip to the full advantage? Have they been actually doing enough firmware updates with that to show the power of this chip? Because apparently this chip is very stable, super powerful. We don't have to worry about tuning issues, because you know one of the big things about these vintage synthesizers is tuning. And apparently from everything I'm hearing in the forums and everything, oh, no, that wasn't me, anti-Behringer, that was Sammy O'Reilly. Sammy O'Reilly wasn't anti-Behringer. Sammy O'Reilly just likes to talk about, Sammy O'Reilly's more of a, I don't want to say he's a little negative, but he's a, you know what they're like, Brian. They criticize, they're critics. He likes to be a critic. Access Virus didn't use FPGA, but on DSP. Yeah, so Motorola. So the thing is if they're going to use this chip, I know that Behringer is going to use it to the maximum extent. Because if you look at all the work that got to go in, they've done, okay, so they've cloned, to me, if they're going to the MiniPops and the SY1, I'm not saying they're running out of ideas. So the Udo Super 6 uses FPGA, all right. The difference with the Udo Super 6 is that company's not huge, and I don't know if they have the soldiers behind the scenes to really take that FPGA chip to the max. But I know Behringer's got it, right? You need a Synth Samurai T? Synth Samurai T, if you look in the comments section, I think I've got my merch shop in there. Go check it out. I just made a new one of these with Synth Samurai on the front and a huge Synth Samurai on the back, which is cool. Call it the mirror. This is the Genesis t-shirt, right? I'm calling this one the Genesis. But I got some Deadly Kumite ones up now. And I'm also doing like a custom t-shirt thing. I haven't released anything yet, but I've done some custom tees. If you go check out the custom tee collection, I've made some t-shirts for some samurais. Wolfman Love, Sigma Tiger Samurai, Cyber Samurai, Katana Samurai. I got them all made a custom t-shirt, and they're loud, man. I got the front, I got the back, I got 2 sleeves done. Huge. Looks like the Hydrosynth features FPGA, manages polyphonic aftertouch. All right, so listen, I'm new to this FPGA thing, and I'm intrigued. And the fact that Behringer put that little, there's no need for them to put that little piece of information in there. You know what Behringer does? They sprinkle breadcrumbs, and then they make you go solve the puzzle. All right, so we already solved the puzzle that Synth Dust covers. Yeah, I got my Synth Duster paintbrushes I got to put up on the site. I got Synth Samurai glasses that I'm going to eventually put up on the site. I just need to get my Samurai imprinted on the side here, which I don't have at the moment. And I'm going to do Samurai coffee. What are some cool names for some Samurai coffee? We do for dark roast. Samurai, call it Samurai beans. Dark wave, that's the dark roast. Light roast, lightsaber. Medium roast. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I was stoked when I heard Synth Dusters. I thought you were making Samurai French. The Synth Dusters, man. I'm telling you that. And what I'm going to do, haven't figured this out yet, but I'm going to buy like a wood burning thing. So either like a brander or a sketcher. But if I gotta write Samurai in every paintbrush, that's going to take a lot of time. But if I could just burn it into there, then that's what I'm going to do. Synth, I'll call it Space Duster, all right? Because we like the space theme. So anyways, if Behringer's going into cloning the MiniPops and the SY1, which are super awesome, Harry Carey, fireproof dusters, yeah, I think mine are fireproof, but you have to sign a waiver before you buy it. But if they're cloning fuzz dusters, if they're cloning Synth Vanilla, you like that French vanilla? Oh yeah, so maybe we'll do a Sammy O'Reilly blend, which is a breakfast blend, Sammy O'Reilly's breakfast blend. And like Behringer, if you're listening, because guess what? DJ Dog Dad, in one of the comments sections, he mentioned that the only thing Behringer's done wrong is they weren't cloning these synthesizers 25 years ago, right? Tamenga Dark, yeah. So maybe I'll just buy a friggin' coffee roaster and just roast my own beans here. I don't know. Because you can get the drop ship and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'll look for a secondhand coffee roasting machine. So if they're cloning the MiniPops and they're cloning the SY1 drum machines, which are super cool, I'm thinking about picking up the SY1 for $199 and the Barp 2600. I think that combo is legendary. If you got a Behringer 2600 and you pick up the SY1 drum machine, synth machine, 2-channel, and pair those babies up, throw some reverb and delay, man, you're off. Your spaceship is blasting off. Yeah, so DJ Dog Dad posted 25 years ago, I think is what he said. But Behringer went and took that comment off of the Synth Samurai comments and popped it up in the Facebook page of their Facebook page. So Uli's observing, and Uli's what do we call them? Uli's lieutenants are observing the Synth Samurai's comment section. So if you guys got any suggestions for Behringer, because I don't know if anybody else is listening, but Behringer's listening. If you've got any suggestions for Behringer, throw it in the comments section, because they're listening. And Behringer's a company that listens to their people, and not saying the other companies don't, but Behringer listens to the point where they actually are. Okay, so when you watch a WWE event, you know, man, a lot of people think that Uli was my dad, but I haven't talked to Mom about that yet because it's a touchy subject. So I don't know if I want to bring that up to her, but I do actually have an interview coming up with Uli's half brother, though, that you guys will be interested in. Uli's half brother, Sven. Sven was kicked out of the Behringer family because he had the prototype for Behringer's final synthesizer, and he was going to go start his own company. And Uli found out that he took the schematics from his safe. Uli's got an underground, not a bunker, but a house with about 3 or 4 levels underground in Germany. And Uli found out and caught Sven taking those schematics. They had a bit of a racket down in the bunker. And Sven ended up running out. He ran out up the stairs. He had this huge door with one of those big spinning vault wheels. He opened the spinning vault wheel, ran out the basement like a scene out of some horror movie, but it wasn't. And he jumped on a flight and he came to America. And since then, he changed his name. He doesn't go by Behringer anymore. It's Sven Silver is his last name. He went by Silver. Sven Silver. So Sven Silver actually granted me an interview, and he's gonna do a tell-all about what happened between him and Uli and the whole Behringer thing. And Sven Silver is thinking about starting his own synthesizer company as well. So we could end up having this crazy competition with Sven Silver and Uli Behringer, who are half brothers, competing. And rumors are that Sven Silver has been working with Moog, he's been working with Sequential, he's been working with Overheim, and he's been working with Arturia. Right? So as far as that goes, that's going to be coming later on. Sven Silver exclusive, and I'm trying to get him to show his face in it. I don't know if he's going to show his face or not, but I got that interview coming. I'll probably get that interview up maybe August, I think, because he's traveling now. He was working with I think he was working with Arturia on the Polybrute 12, allegedly. Sven's a bit of a storyteller, so you got to keep that in mind as well. So anyway, if Behringer's cloning the MiniPops and they're cloning the SY1 drum machines, we have to assume, are they running out of ideas? That's what I thought. But well, bam, what did we get yesterday? We got the Behringer Synthex. Now, I had a conversation this morning with Synthpunk. Synthpunk said he played the Synthex and he said it was trash. Now, when I listened to the Rosen Sound demo, it blew me away to the point where I deleted all my mental purchases of Behringer synthesizers and said, I'm waiting for this one. Because I was waiting for the PPG wave, but now I'm waiting for the Synthex. And maybe that's what Behringer's got a problem with, is every time I'm about to buy one, the next day they tell me another one's coming and I don't buy it. So I think they got to get their timing a little more, give everyone a little chance to buy. To buy what they release before they get them all hyped up and you know, teased up for the next one. That's what they got to do. But are they running out of ideas? I don't know. But as far as the Elka Synthex clone, if they bring that out in the same form factor as the UBXA, the thing I like about the Elka is it's fat, man. It's got so many knobs on the hood. And I do hope that Behringer doesn't put that UBXA screen on there, because I know a lot of people don't like the UBXA screen. Oh yeah, so another couple things I'm looking at doing. I'm looking at getting a Synth RV, okay, and plopping it right back there, painting it neon pink, putting Synth Samurai on the side. I was half thinking about getting one that doesn't really run and it just sits there so I can move the studio from up there out into the RV and totally customize it. But the missus said, well, why don't you get one from 1988, which is one of my favorite year. I love 88 miles an hour because of Back to the Future. I just love 88. I love that number, and I love 1988. So anyways, get one from 1988, and yeah, Sven Silver. Listen, Sven Silver, you're not going to find anything on the internet. Sven Silver is an heir to the Behringer dynasty, so he's got a trust fund, and he's made products. He's worked with Elon Musk, I think. He's worked with a lot of tech. He worked with John McAfee from McAfee Antivirus. All right. So you're not gonna find nothing about Sven on the internet. That's why this interview is totally exclusive, and I'm the only one he's granting it to, because he knows that I do not reveal sources and methods. You worked with Nick Batt? I love Nick Batt. Will you guys go to the Sonic State channel if you're ever on there and say, Nick Batt, go on Samurai Show? Because I'd love to have him on for an interview and just get him out of his element. Nick Batt works so damn hard. That guy's one of the hardest workers in the synth game. He hosts Sonic State Show, that live stream. He does it all. He brings the people on. He's doing all he goes to the super booth. He goes to the shows. Nick Batt is a legend, absolute legend. Nothing but respect for Nick Batt. To me, he's the godfather of the synth, the online YouTube synth universe. Nick Batt, to me, is the godfather. And it would be an absolute honor to have him on the show. Me and him chew the fat for a little bit. I'd love to get into what got him into it, what got him started, what's got him excited, what he's not excited about, what makes his bell ring, his ticker tick. That'd be cool. So if you guys are in Sonic State's live chat ever, say, go on Synth Samurai Show, Nick Batt. Go on Synth Samurai Show. He's a great guy, man. Nick Batt's cool. And Nick, like me, we don't like Carlsberg, all right? We have more refined taste when it comes to beer. I wish Nick Batt would do more. What was the Linn drum update? The Linn drum update was this, in classic Behringer form. The Linn drum update was, we're almost there. So me and the Samurais, we have figured out, I didn't figure it out, they figured it out, and I'm just bringing it. There's this thing called Behringer math. And when Behringer puts out a picture on their Facebook site of the actual synthesizer on pallets in their factories, that means 6 months it's in the stores. That's Behringer math. So when you see that Linn drum in a box on a pallet, we got 6 months, baby, and we should have it. At the minimum, somebody's gonna have it and somebody's gonna do some demos. That's the Behringer math. All right? That's the Behringer math, and that's what we're looking at. So the Linn drum, I was hoping the Linn drum was gonna be out. I think the Linn drum, beautiful hawk up there. The Linn drum would be a beautiful synthesizer to release, for me, at the end of summer, you know? Because you know what happens, man? Everyone likes summer. It's really hard to like get in the lab, especially when you got no air conditioning, get in the studio and play synthesizers, and there's so much stuff to do outdoors. If you got a family and you got kids, you know, you got to be out on the go. If you live in New England or the Northeast, man, you got a short span of time to really get that vitamin D burst. So I think the fall is a beautiful time to let everyone know you can grab this Linn drum clone, and you can put this in your studio. And did you guys watch the demo of the Linn drum and the Synthex that Synthmania did? I think his name's Paulo. I'll tell you something right now. I've been chasing that synthwave sound, and because I'm not a traditional musician, I have really no idea kind of what I'm doing. If you've watched any of my live jams, I'm just in there, I'm learning on the fly, I'm immersing myself in it, and I'm trying to learn as fast as I can, as quick as possible. I do this synth show, so it keeps me accountable to research, look into synths, bring it to you guys as much as I can, and I'm just trying to immerse myself in this because I'm so passionate about it. This is like my greatest passion in the world right now is synthesizers, and like I said, I'm a synth baby, and I'm just doing it. I love it, and I love the community. I love you guys. To be honest, I think the Samurai Nation community is bringing everyone together. because we're trying to pull people from every zone, man. We're trying to pull the serious guys. We're trying to pull the electrical engineers. We're trying to pull the synth aficionados. We're trying to pull the synth punks. We're trying to pull the sonic stators. We're trying to pull in the modular people, just to, in an environment where, you know, you can flick on that synth show. You can grab a quick update of what synthesizers coming out. If you want to hang out in a live stream, have a chat and have a good time, you know, I can't really get into the nitty gritty too much, but I can do the best I can and cover what I can cover. Synth Punk right now is in Connecticut. He's down there with the legendary Justin Carey. If you haven't checked out Justin Carey's channel, go check it out. He's been sending me vlogs. He said that they're going to the Pixies concert tonight with, I think his name's David Lovering. And David Lovering gave two of the boys VIP tickets, so they're going to be backstage. They'll get to check out David Lovering's synth rig. He's got tons of awesome synthesizers. Synth Punk sent me some pictures. Maybe I can get Lovering on the show. Maybe Synth Punk and him will come on the show, and Justin Carey too. We'll have a little chat. He's got a new channel up called John Gabriel Castello, Castello. And what's up, Hans Volt? What's up, baby? You know what? Hans Volt, go check out his channel. He's got an amazing channel. He's got so many legendary epic synthesizers. He's got Soviet synthesizers. Now, this is a guy with extreme taste, you know? And we battled it out in the comments for a little bit. We went back and forth at each other, and then first I thought he was trolling me, but then I just realized he is a man who appreciates nice things, and he's as Vulture Culture would say, he's a scummer in the sense that he loves that sound, you know, he really got the ears for it. I don't have that. He's got the ears for it. He's got an amazing channel. We went back and forth in the comments, and one thing about the comments, if you go back and forth, we come from a martial arts background. So me and Hans Volt, we went back and forth, and we realized that, dude, if I was in a MMA dojo and Hans Volt was there, we would have just had an epic sparring match. I would have left with a bloody lip. He would have left with a bloody nose. We would have looked at each other, smacked gloves, and then next time we went back to class, we probably would have been training partners every time. So he's amazing. And that's the beauty of the Samurai comment sections. We want everyone to go back and forth, debate, spar, don't be a douchebag, and you know, if you can disagree, try to keep the ad hominem out of there. Don't attack each other, attack the ideas, and that's the beauty of the comments. We're trying to keep it real. I don't delete comments. I don't censor, unless it's some weird, creepy crap. Then get that nonsense out of here, because the big guy don't like that baloney. But yeah, Hans Volt got a sweet channel. What I was saying is he likes the finer things in life when it comes to synthesizer, and that's awesome. That's awesome. But he's getting appreciation for Behringer now, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Hans, I think that that Elka Synthex teased your tickled your taser. I think so, my brother. Let me know if I'm right. Let me tell you something right now. I'm 3/4 way through a coffee, so I might be getting fired up. I don't know. Mrs. told me to take it easy today and not get too fired up, but I'm getting fired up. So here's the deal. I got no time for talking about ethics in the synthesizer community, all right? And I'll tell you why. I got zero time for anybody talking about ethics. Ooh. And usually ethics goes towards one company, let's be honest. It goes toward Behringer. Oh, Behringer is so unethical. They're so mean. They're bullies. They have poor manufacturing practices. Okay, fine. You are writing that comment to me in the comment section on an iPhone, okay? Or a MacBook, or, God forbid, a PC. And listen, Microsoft and old Billy G, if you know who I'm talking about, Billy G is one of the most evil men on the face of this earth, and may the good Lord bring justice up on that lost soul. That's all I'm saying. May the good Lord send a lightning bolt straight towards Billy G, okay? Because that's the one of the most evil men on the planet. But anyways, my point, back to my point. if you want to talk about ethics and evil and this, that, and the other, if you're making products on a mass scale, the veil between evil and ethical is being crossed at every minute, every second of the day, okay? Is it ethical for you to complain about a company when you're complaining on a device made by a company that's doing, what do you think? Okay, let me ask you a question. And I love Apple, okay? I love the product. Do I love the practices? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't like when they have nets around a factory that when, I don't even know if this is true or it could be a rumor, who knows? Because, you know, you guys have ever heard, I'll tell you that in a second. But when you got nets around a factory, okay, so that when people are worked beyond belief and they just want to escape this little dimension they're in, and they're like, they build up enough courage to walk off and they land on a net like they're in a circus carnival, and then they get off the net and go right back in the door and get back to work. You think that's ethical? And you're typing that in a comment? Talking about ethics of a company, a small fry, niche company in a synthesizer industry? Give me a break. Give me a break, okay? If you're gonna be consistent, this is what I want you to do. Anybody in the comment section who's gonna talk about ethics towards a company, okay? I want you to go and write me a letter with, not with a Bic pen, because that's the biggest Bic company. I want you to go out and find some red ochre or some mud. I want you to get a stick and sharpen it with a blade that you forged from some scrap metal you found from a railway tie. And I want you to sharpen that piece of stick up. I want you to dip it into red ochre. And then I want you to go out and cut down a tree. I want you to grind it up with a cheese grater into sawdust. I want you to press that sawdust into paper. Once you get it dried out into paper, I want you to write with the red ochre and the stick, write me a letter and tell me that I shouldn't be buying Behringer. And I don't want you to use UPS or any of these companies because they use gasoline, which is produced and pulled from the ground by the evil oil companies. What I want you to do is go out and get a carrier pigeon. I want you to train it. And if you don't know how to train carrier pigeons, go watch Mike Tyson's videos on when he had carrier pigeons. They used to race them all over the place. You get your carrier pigeon, you strap the little piece of birch bark that you wrote the letter on, and you get the carrier pigeon to deliver it to my house. And if you do that, I will never, ever buy another Behringer synthesizer again. If you're not going to do that, don't ever talk to me about Behringer synthesizers being ethical ever again. All right? I'm just kidding. If you want to talk about it being unethical, talk to your heart's content, write me all day. I love the debate. I love having the debate, but I just think right there, I just think I checkmated every single person on the face of this planet who will ever have an ethical Behringer debate with me. I just checkmated them right there. So I'm going to clip that out. I'm going to put that up tonight with my Pledge of Allegiance to Uli and the oath to the Behringer Bros. With that little blurb, maybe I'll make a video out of that if I got time, but I don't have time. But yeah, Hans Volt, I think you loved that Synthex, didn't you? A lot of people loved it. Yeah, a lot of people loved it, man. I loved it. I never played it before, but oh my God. Oh yeah, okay, scrap that. So what you have to do is you have to go around your lawn, you have to start breeding some worms. Vermiculture it's called, when you have worms and then because worms just breed like crazy. You build a concrete tube and then you get tons of worms and then you put the worms in your garden. And then the worm poop fertilizes your garden. So, yeah, carrier pigeons. You know, unless you're gonna do that, and like I said, if you did that and sent me that letter, I would do the same and send you a letter back. Otherwise, everything that you're taking part in on a daily basis has some form of ethics and involved in it. So I'm all about consistency, even though you know I'm probably the most inconsistent. But I like consistency if we're being serious, you know what I mean? I like consistency if we're having a serious chat. Oh, Hayes, baby, take it easy. Hayes and Hans Volt. Listen, you two, I can't referee that conversation. Because listen, Hayes don't back down and Hans, you don't back down. So I don't know, man. If you guys want to go at it in the chat, I suggest you guys text each other your phone number and have a war via text message, because that war will go on into infinity. So Vulture, you guys, man, I'd like to get Vulture on the channel, man. I'd love to get him, because I got to do episode 2 of that synth show. I need some guests for episode 2 of the synth show. Ghost Dog. Yeah, I need episode 2 for that synth show, because I got the Echo podcast coming up Wednesday. Synth Fighter, which is super cool. Do you think the Synth Fighter thumbnail is cheesy and stupid? Should it just be me and Echo's actual faces, or do you like the comic style? Let me know, because I'm thinking about changing that, but I don't know. I don't know. So mix it up. Yeah, maybe. Oh God, here we go. Jumping Man and Hayes. Listen, you. All right, I gotta ask you out of respect. You know what I'm gonna gear up, dude? I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about gearing up a synthesizer event with all Behringer synthesizers. I'm gonna get Behringer to sponsor it. That we'll have all Behringer synthesizers. I'm gonna do it outdoors. Maybe I'll even do it in the backyard here. I'm gonna set up a boxing ring, and we're gonna have Jumping Man versus Hayes Anderson. We're gonna have Synth Punk versus Pad, Todd Smith, Rick Marston, one of those guys. And then I'm going to have a boxing match against, who should I go against? I'm gonna see if Jake Paul will come down. Me and Jake Paul will do the main event. And so we'll have a Synthfluencer boxing event like everyone's doing now. That seems pretty popular. And we'll have a synthesizer competition, or not a competition, a synthesizer, what do you call that? Communion, where we all get together, play synths. I'll bring in, I'll get the hot dog cart out. We'll make some hot dogs with grass-fed beef, actually. And, oh yeah, me and Beaver Wheats. That's what we'll do. Synthesizer versus, or Synth Samurai versus Beaver Wheats. And, yeah. And then I'll get, so actually what I'm gonna start doing too, I'm gonna start brewing my own beer here. And when I was in Vietnam, they'd had when I went to Vietnam, they have these, it's like 25 cents for a little glass of beer. And it's Vietnamese beer, and it brews within, I think they said 3 to 7 days. Super light beer, it's only 3.5%. And I'm gonna brew it here, and I'm gonna do a little series called How to Save Money to Buy More Synths. And in this series, we'll brew some beer together, talk about synthesizers, and we'll go through the brewing process. And then you guys can brew some beer too, and we can save some money for some more synthesizers. Because Synth Samurai's motto is, and I think Hans Volt, you might have a similar motto, but a little bit different, is I want every synthesizer. I know I can't have everyone, but I want everyone. And you only live once, as far as we know, unless you're a vintage synthesizer and you've been cloned by Uli, resurrected. Oh yeah, that too. I'll tell you about that in a sec. So yeah. So I want more too, Hans. Man, Hans, can you make a video, please? And I'll feature it on the channel too. Make a video of that Soviet synth you were talking about. That sounds so interesting. And I'm a huge Soviet fan. I cheered for the Russian hockey team all growing up, and I'm Canadian, and I cheered for Russia all growing up. I used to get banned from going watching the World Junior Hockey Championships from, my friends would ban me because I was cheering for Russia. And I just liked the Russian hockey players better. I thought they were faster, better stick handlers. And when I was younger, the CCP came to my hometown, and they played against, I think they might have played the Toronto Maple Leafs or something, or they played a rec league team or something like that, and I ended up one of the boys gave me a hockey stick, a CCCP hockey stick, signed by one of the players, so I thought that was cool. But man, the Soviet synthesizers are amazing. I think it's so cool. Yeah, but if you could make one of those videos, that'd be awesome, and I'll feature it on the channel too, and show everyone, man, because I think you got an amazing channel. You should have way more people at your channel, brother. Way more. More, spelled M-O-A-R. We want more. My whole goal is to acquire, and I don't have it right now, but I'm trying to get a vision now where I can acquire every Behringer synthesizer, and then I will have a Behringer museum. I told you where you can come in and check out all the Behringer synthesizers, you can play them, and you just need the password to get in at the door, and I'll have heavy security at the door. The password is here. I'm only saying it 2 times ever. This is the last time I'm ever giving out the password. Knock on the door, the little thing opens, 2 beady eyes come. He'll say, what's the password? You say, pink polka dot chameleon. And then he'll open the door. You can come on in and you spend as much time in there you want. I'll have a section set up where you can make your tracks on the fly, take it with you. I'll give you a free USB when you come in so you can take your tracks, or an SD card, take your tracks home with you. That's a dream I have. Who knows if it will come true. Oh yeah, my wife wanted to let you know that when we were in Vietnam, they had this thing called weasel coffee. And they would feed the weasels coffee beans. The weasels would eat the coffee beans. Coffee cherries, sorry. The weasels would eat the coffee cherries. The coffee cherries would go inside the weasel's stomach, and they would ferment. They would ferment in the stomach. Then the weasel would poop it out, and then the boys would go pick up all the weasel droppings, bring it back, separate the beans from the, everything else the weasel was eating, and then they brew coffee with it. And we bought a bag of it, and we had a few cups of it. I don't know if it was a trick they were playing on tourists, so we drink weasel poop, but it was quite strong, quite delicious, and I thought it tastes good. Look it up, Vietnamese weasel poop coffee. You can probably get it on Amazon. Maybe I'll just get a bunch of cats and feed them coffee cherries and pick up the cat poop and make cat poop coffee, because I know Uncle Jerry and Synthpunk like cats and cat poop and cosmic poop, or whatever they always talk about. So I will I'll make some cosmic cat poop coffee for Uncle Jerry. Kumite is on tonight. Oh my God, is it? I can't keep up too much, but Hans and Hayes, man, what an event that would be. Hans is a Muay Thai, or Hayes is a Muay Thai guy, and I know Hans Volt is a blue collar madman, and he's got the muscles for days. So that would definitely be a co-main event, maybe even a main event, if we had 2 of the boys in a boxing match or a Muay Thai match. Hans Volt, have you done any martial arts in your career, or street fights or anything like that? I'd like to hear about it. No holds barred final. Hey Hans, if you're gonna get your track in tonight, dude, you gotta send me your Bandcamp account. You got, you got what? You got like, how many hours till 7, Katana? What time is it? How many hours till 7? 10 hours. You got 10 hours, Hans, baby, to get that Bandcamp to me. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock, so yeah, 7 hours, right? 9 hours. My math sucks. At Hans Volt, email it to me. Email it to me, man. I got too much on the go today. Email it to me and I'll just go in and click the heart button, and then you're in. Sweet. Can't wait. Yeah, the missus, she puts up with a lot listening to me. But usually when Sammy O'Reilly's around, she's not around. So, because I know she gets annoyed at Sammy O'Reilly. Oh, she laughs at him a little bit. Do you? Yeah, she laughs at him a little bit. Yeah. So, anyways, back to the other thing here. Let's get back on topic for a minute. Oh, dude, I've been to Thailand probably, what, six or 7 times, and there is no better place on this planet. In Phuket, they have something called like Fitness Road in Chalong, Chalong. Look it up on the internet. It's called like Fighter Road, Fitness Road. It's a whole road. It's the fitness capital of the planet. They got CrossFit, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling. So I trained at Phuket Top Team. I trained at Tiger Muay Thai. I trained at, what was the other one? Anyway, those 2 for now. I can't remember the other one. There was another one that started up and I can't remember the name of it. Trained at those, man. And if you want to go, it's worth it. If you got some money, it's so cheap to live there. You can get a beautiful place with a pool, your own pool, or community pool for like $300 a month. And then you get your full training. You can train in the morning for 2 hours, go grab lunch, chill at the pool, go to the beach, come back, train for another 2 hours. It's amazing. If you like martial arts, even if you're not into martial arts and you're just into fitness and CrossFit, Phuket, Thailand, Chalong Beach, Fitness Road. Google it right now. There's so many videos of it. It's the best place on the planet. It's so amazing. If you ever have the chance to go there, everybody I meet who's into it, I'm like, you got to go there. Hayes got a cool channel. Hayes Anderson's channel is awesome. Hayes is a smart dude, makes his own guitar pedals. Super cool. See, boys, this is what we do. We get in the comments, we go back and forth, we have a little battle, and then you realize you're actually similar. You're the same. You know, you're just passionate. There's a difference in being a douchebag and passionate. Big difference. Passionate and douchebag are polar opposites. You both are passionate, and that's cool. Yeah, so, yeah, I know, yeah. Hans Vold is a Behringer hater. Dude, you're a Behringer hater, but you actually had some Behringers. Are you a Behringer hater because of the company, or you don't like the sound and the synths? Curious. All right, Hayes, knock it off, man. He just subbed your channel, bro. That's what we call a truce. Sparring's over now. Back to putting in reps and training again. Drilling. Sparring class is over. So, I think Behringer's running out of synths to clone. I'm a Corgi. I love Korg. Nobody knew it. Everyone thought I was a Behringer bro, but I'm actually a Corgi. So I got the Behringer Bros beginner fitness workout series coming. It's an actual workout, a fitness workout. And it's gonna, so how I got it structured, because Behringer is an entry-level synth company, so the beginner's workout is for the masses. Okay, it's for the everyman. It's for the 65-year-old. It's for the 18-year-old. It's for the 25-year-old. It's for the 35-year-old. It's a beginner workout program that's all based around Behringer synthesizers. So instead of counting reps like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for push-ups, we're going to be going M-O-D-E-L-D, right? Or we'll go N-E-U-T-R-O-N, neutron, okay? Or we'll go D-E-E-P-M-I-N-D, okay? And I got 2 old synthesizers that I've taken. I've opened them up, took the guts out. I took concrete, I've filled them with Portland cement. So I got 2 Behringer synthesizers filled with Portland cement for doing curls and presses. I got an old keyboard, a Casio keyboard I opened up, filled with Portland cement for doing bench press. So I'm gonna make a whole workout area made from old broken synthesizers, outdoors. And the Behringer Bros beginner workout should get everybody, you know, because we sit around and play synths all the time, and we gotta get in shape too, man, because we need longevity. Not only do we need to play synthesizers, we need to be able to play for 2 or 3 hours at a time. We need to be able to sit down and not have our back cramp up. We don't need that gut hanging over. And if you got a gut, that's fine. The gut's your trophy for years of good times, okay? But sometimes you got to take the trophy and stop cuddling it and take the trophy and put it on the shelf. And that's what we're working on. We're working on taking the guts as your trophy for a life of pure bliss, put your gut on the shelf, and now we're going to get in shape. So Monday morning, I think I'm going to do the first one. It might be lo-fi, not the best, but we'll see what happens. I might do it live, I might do it pre-recorded. We're going to do the Behringer Bros workout, super quick. We don't got time. It's going to be like a 15, 20-minute workout. Super basic. And then as we move up the workout program, the Behringer Bros will be the first one. The next one, I have to pick a synthesizer company for an intermediate workout, and then I need to pick another company for an advanced workout. So who would you guys say is the intermediate workout program company name, and who is the, so we'll do this. Beginners, the Behringer Bros, intermediate 1 to 3, okay? So that'll give us 3 intermediate workouts to really get that body pumping. Then we'll do advanced. Who is the, maybe I think right now, but I will take all feedback. The advanced company in my mind right now is Arturia. So the Arturia Advanced Workout Program. That's what I'm looking at. And I might have to change the names a bit so they don't sue me. So instead of Behringer Bros, I might just have to call it the B Bros, you know, just for the sake of it. But then I can carry on. We'll see what happens. we're small potatoes, but we do know that Uli watches the comments. So Uli, if you want to license the Behringer Bros workout program, print a little book, throw it in with each synthesizer, I think that'd be extraordinary. I'll even make the book for you for free. I'll make a PDF with all the exercises, super simple, and I'll send you the PDF to Behringer, and then every manual you print, every Behringer manual you print, on the last couple pages, have the Behringer Bros workout program. I think that, by Synth Samurai. That's an agreement. I'll do it for free, send you the PDF. All you gotta do is print 3 extra pages. Cord CrossFit, I like it. We gotta print 3 extra pages in every Behringer manual, because we do know that Behringer can take criticism. My criticism to Behringer is, you got some of the worst manuals in the business, but thank you for sending a physical copy. But the HydroSynth manual compared to the Behringer manual is night and day. The Arturia manual compared to the, well, the Arturia didn't send a physical manual as a PDF. I like physical manuals because I don't like being on the computer that much. So, yeah, so my only criticism to Behringer is the manuals are a bit light, and if you could add 3 extra pages, Behringer Bros workout program by Synth Samurai, I'll give it to you for free. I'll make it, I'll send it to your marketing team. You can even put the YouTube link with a QR code to the Synth Samurai Behringer Bros beginner workout program. I think that's a good deal. Uli, baby, Patch Dog, I know you're watching. Patch Dog, will you go to the board meeting and say, look, we need our synthesizer customers. This is how I would approach it, Patch Dog. Walk into the board meeting, sit down across from Uli. When Uli's at his Monday meeting and is like, does anybody got any ideas? Patch Dog, I got one, sir. Patch Dog stands up. Sir, we're getting lots of new customers and people into the synthesizer business. Uli says, yes. Patch Dog says, Uli, we want these customers to be as healthy for as long as they can, because if they live from 25 years old to 120, they can buy more synthesizers than if they live from 25 to 45, okay? So Uli, I got an idea. There's this cat called Synth Samurai. He's a bit wild, he's a bit eccentric. He created the Behringer Bros beginner workout program. He sent me the PDF file and the video, and he's giving it to us to put in the last 3 pages of every Behringer manual. What this workout program will do, Uli, it will give longevity to all of our customers that he has named the Behringer Bros. Okay? If they're in shape, that means they're going to eat better, they're going to play your synthesizers for longer, and they're going to live longer. And if they live longer, that means they're going to buy more synthesizers. If they buy more synthesizers, Uli, that means more money, but more important to Uli, it means the Behringer army grows larger over time. That's Patch Dog. There's your pitch. Take it into Uli next. Give me 3 Mondays, because I got to finish the Kumite. I'll make the workout program. I'll put the PDF together, and I'll mail it to you in a USB stick to your house with a Synth Samurai mug. So I'll send you a Synth Samurai mug, USB stick with the Behringer Bros PDF workout program, and a link to the video. Cool? And you guys can have that for free. My gift to you, Uli, for bringing me so much content and so much enjoyment, and for bringing all of us Behringer Bros together. And Hans Volt, what's the name of your army, brother? I think the name of Hans's army should be the Lightning Bolts, you know? I'd like to shout out to all my Lightning Bolts, because you come with that extreme electricity, brother. And I like your character, man. I like the black tank top with the pumped up vibes, the long hair, and I like that gas mask thing you got going on too. Ooh, Sigma style, lone wolf. Okay, I like that. Hans Volt is the lone wolf. You're like, nah man, you're like Bane from Batman. That's who you are. Whether you want an army or not, your energy will form one whether you like it or not, brother. That's the deal. That's the deal, my man. Synth Hermit, yeah, you're Bane. You are the Bane of the synth community, brother. And I mean that in the most complimentary way, because Bane's a crazy cool character. And you kind of got that Bane vibe with the tank top and the gas mask. That's cool. Well, anyways, I got to take off. I got to get to work. I got to go do some work. I'm going to come back here. I got to finish up my kumite track. I got to put a fence around the garden so I don't get all of our food eaten with the missus. I got to mow this friggin' lawn with a push mower, and I got to get prepared. I got to cut my hair and shave for the week 8 kumite championship. I appreciate you guys joining in. If you got any feedback or comments, let me know. If you're excited about the Behringer workout program, let me know. I'm pretty much doing it also just to get myself back into a routine of getting in shape, man. So, because I got to stay in shape. And you know, when you make a lot of videos, you play a lot of synths, you sit a lot, and you're in weird ergonomic positions, your back, you know. So we gotta keep the temple cleaned up, shined up, and immaculate. All right. Look forward to seeing you guys later at the Kumite, 7 p.m. Eastern. Be there, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. I got a feeling there's gonna be some amazing tracks tonight. And Nick Bat, if you're listening, shoot me an email, man. Come on the show. We'll chat for an hour. It'd be an absolute honor and a pleasure. Vulture Culture. Is it Vulture Culture or Vulture? I'll just call you Vulture. Vulture, if you're out there, brother, and you want to come on the show for a chat, shoot me an email. I'd love to have you on. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to, I mean, everyone probably knows you in my community because I'm small potatoes, but I'd love to introduce you on a more personal level on the show, Vulture Culture. Hans, shoot him a message, man. You know, talk about synthesizers. You are an absolute genius, man. Your knowledge is insane. That'd be cool too. And anyone else who wants to come on the show, my show isn't just about, if anyone else wants to come on the show, just make sure you got a good microphone and your camera's legit. All right? Sorry. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you later for the Kumite. All right? Sloo, sloo.